So if you struggle with confidence out on the pitch, I've broken down a few things that you can implement to help with that in no particular order. The first one I'm going to touch on is body language. Now this is really important because if you can change the way you hold your body, that's going to have an effect throughout your entire psychology, and actually it's going to help you feel more confident as well. So commonly what you'll see players that you perceive to be confident often have body language like they have their chest out, shoulders back, they look people in the eye, they use big gestures. So Zlatan, commonly, like if he does a celebration or something, he's spreading his arms nice and wide. Often they smile and laugh as well, not sort of all the time, but it shows that they're enjoying themselves and they're relaxed and they're comfortable in that environment. So think of players that you perceive to be confident and try and mimic their body language. Okay, so not shoulders slumped around. Okay, imagine how you would look if you were really happy and excited about something that's about to happen. You'd probably be shoulders back, okay, like this, not sort of crouched around like this, like you're depressed. So think about body language. If you've just missed an open goal, you're likely to start going like this. So, you know, shoulders back, chest out, and that's going to change your whole psychology. Second one, visualization. So you can do it in terms of closing your eyes and visualizing your best moments in matches, sort of like a highlight reel of your best performances. You could also just put together an actual video of yourself and watch that before every training session and match. So that's going to help you feel more confident as well. You remind yourself of what you're really good at and what you've done before. Pre-match routine. So this is going to really help you feel prepared before a match and before training sessions, so that you're putting things in place so that you're giving yourself the best possible chance of performing well. So that'd be things like a pre-match sort of priming routine in terms of your body. So you might do some muscle activation, some myofascial release, things like that, making sure you're eating appropriate nutrition, you've hydrated yourself well, maybe you like to have a certain amount of sleep, you like to do certain things in the morning before a match. So making sure you get that routine, put together a good routine that you find helps you feel prepared. Do that before every time, and that's going to help you feel more confident when you step out onto the football pitch. Practice. Key one, people are often looking for, you know, the magic answer, but not actually willing to put the reps in. So if you're finding that your shooting is not up to scratch or you're mistiming your tackles, you need to get out on the training pitch and just practice that rep after rep after rep. You know, when you go into an exam at school or when you're studying, when do you feel more confident? When you've been doing loads of revision for months and months and months, so you feel like you know everything like the back of your hand, or when you know you haven't done as much revision as you could have done and you're going into the exam hoping that the questions that you can answer will come up. It's always going to come down to putting in the work, so making sure you're just doing rep after rep until you start to improve in what you feel that needs to improve, and then doing it at intensity so that you know under pressure in a match, at intensity, you've got a good chance of performing it well. Next one, adhering to a plan. So commonly what players will do in terms of strength and conditioning is they'll follow a plan for a few weeks, drop off, follow a different plan, drop off, and it's too sporadic. The most important thing in terms of getting results is seeing progress and transfer onto the football pitch in terms of your training efforts is adherence to a plan. Okay, so making sure you're doing something consistently. I reckon 99% of players below pro level won't be consistent in their own training. Okay, they'll be doing random workouts, not something that's planned and progressed, working towards specific goals in a specific time frame. So if you're someone who has a plan that you're following and you can follow that consistently, week after week, month after month, there'll be times obviously where you need to adapt, but you can either have a coach who can help you with that. That's what we do with our program, or you can try and find solutions to problems rather than making excuses and thinking I can't do that anymore and you drop off. Just try and do something every single day to turn it into a habit, to make sure you're adhering to a plan. Then you're going to feel more confident in your body when you step out onto a football pitch. You know you're probably doing things that other players aren't doing. There's no reason why you can't outperform them. Next one I want to touch on is processing your thoughts. So often if you've done something in a game that you're not very happy with, you could have thoughts swirling around your mind for the next few days of that you're not very good, what's the coach thinking of me, what do I do now? So you need a way of processing these thoughts, and I find a very effective way is using meditation. So there's some guided meditations on apps like Spotify. Just search for guided meditations, and loads of different meditations there which coaches will guide you through to help focus and process your thoughts. And trust me, afterwards you'll feel a lot better, you'll feel a lot clearer in your mind about what's just happened and what you need to do next to improve. Okay, so processing your thoughts, utilize meditation and time to yourself there, and setting yourself controllable goals. So if you set yourself 2 or 3 controllable goals before every training session and match, that's going to give your mind focus. So you know what you're working on today, and you're going to build on these goals week after week. If you're just turning up and just trying to play well and not really having your mind focused on specific things, then you're not going to progress and improve as quickly as if you give yourself a few things to work on each time. Then you know after your training session or match, how did I perform in relation to the goals that I set? And you can give yourself a score and some feedback in terms of that, and then build on that for the next week. And doing that process is going to help you feel more confident and have some structure to improve your confidence, rather than just sort of, floating around hoping things are going to get better. Utilize this. It's going to be a really effective way, because if you sky a shot over, but your goal for the match was, I want to have as many shots as possible when I get in and around a certain area, if I have a good first touch, and I did all those things, but the shot just didn't come off. Then for the next week, you need to work on your shooting accuracy, and that will be your goal for the next week, building on what you've already done, if that makes sense. So I hope these few points will help you if you implement these, increase your confidence, but yeah, most importantly, put the reps in. If something technical in terms of your technical game needs improving, and follow a plan consistently if you're expecting to see progress and result. And that's going to help you feel confident, because when you know you're doing something that most other players aren't doing, and you're seeing the results and progress from that, mentally that's really powerful as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions or comments, whack them below, and chat to you very soon.